Hello everyone, it is Christina from Bobbin for Appliques. So this is a fabric bow with tails. Super simple to stitch. All you're going to do is hoop your stabilizer, stitch your placement line directly onto the stabilizer, which is step one. Then you're going to take whichever fabric you're going to use and you're going to place it right sides together. Right sides together over top of your placement lines and stitch step two, which is the final outline. So as far as stitching, that is all you do. So when the final outline is stitched, it's going to look like this. Go ahead, remove your hoop, tear away your stabilizer, and then you're going to cut your pieces out. I like to use pinking shears just because it gives you a really nice turn once you turn them right side out. So once you tear away your stabilizer, like I said, I use pinking shears to cut mine just because I like the way that it turns. If you use just regular scissors, make sure that you clip all the corners so that it turns right. The other thing that I like to use is a turning tool that has a pointy end on it to really get those corners to pop out. And then you're going to need a needle and thread if you hand sew. If you don't know how to hand sew and you're not interested in doing that, you can always use just a glue. I use Fabri-tac. It's got a really great hold. You could also use a high temp glue gun. That would work as well. But me personally, I use a needle and thread. So once you get these cut out, you're going to turn the, I guess I should have specified. I leave just a little excess fabric where I turn it because it tucks in really nicely, and so you're going to press it, and once you press them, that little fabric will be tucked into that opening. So turn them right side out, use a nice hot iron, and press the pieces so that they're nice and flat. So once you've pressed your pieces, you'll have the top bow piece, the bottom tail piece, and your band. So to start off, if you're not going to hand sew, you're still going to need like some sort of like embroidery floss or like a thick string to be able to kind of wrap around the center. That way it kind of holds it in place for you when you put your band on. It makes it a lot easier. It looks a lot nicer if you do it that way than just trying to like hold it and wrapping your band around it. That makes it a little more difficult. So you're going to start off with the top bow piece, and you want to, in the center, create just some folds so that it looks really cute. And then you're going to wrap your thread around the center or sew it in the center, whichever way you're going to do it. So once that piece is either tied or sewn off, go ahead and set it to the side. The next piece that you're going to work on is the bottom tail piece. To do this one, you actually want to kind of open it, and you want that seam to be in the middle, and then just sort of create your fold in this direction. It's going to allow the tails to lay a lot nicer if you do it this way. So now that your tail is tied in the center and you have your bow piece, you're going to place the bow piece over top, and then I would wrap another thread just so that those are together and ready for you to put your band on. So at this point, sorry, my piggy is oinking in the background, so if you hear it, it's just Piggles. Okay, so anyway, now that they're tied together like this, you're going to go ahead and add your band. I personally like to run a thread across this and pull it in tight so that it's kind of tucked away when I add my band. You could also just glue it in if you're using glue, however you choose to do it. If you're going to be adding this to a French clip, you're going to want to put the French clip on first, then go ahead and either glue or sew your band in place. And then you would put the insert in and close it, and it'd be good to go. If you're just going to be like slipping it on a headband, then just put the band on. If you're going to obviously be sewing it onto clothing or something, then again, you don't need to add anything here. You just add your band. So this is what I mean by how I treat the raw end of mine. I just kind of run my needle through, and then I wrap it around, and then I knot it off. So once your band is sewn in place, you'll have this super cute little bow with tails. Like I said, you can use them as hair bow, you can put them on clothing, whatever it is you want to do with them. So go forth and make all the bows. Enjoy!